Hey y'all, Sean here from Fulcrum Handyman Agency. I am going over a question that we get a lot, which is where do you get leads from? What are your best lead sources? We have spent over $100,000 on leads, probably well over $100,000 on leads in different marketing channels. And I want to share the top 3 that we have and the 3 worst that we have tried and no longer use, obviously. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to start with number 3 for the best lead sources. Number 3 is referrals. Referrals are the best quality leads that we've ever gotten. They will be the best quality leads that you ever get. It does not compare to a Google lead or a Facebook lead or a Thumbtack or Angie or whatever, right? Referrals are always going to be the best. There's a level of trust built into those, which makes all the difference. It's also a very valuable lesson there on how important trust is in your marketing and your website and your digital presence. But referrals, best source of leads that we've ever had. The problem is they don't scale. So if I say, hey, I want to hire a couple guys and I need to double my leads next week, I cannot do that with referrals, right? Referrals are the best source. They don't scale like that. So to move on to the second is, and I have it pulled up here, is Facebook ads. Facebook ads have been a really good source for us. There are 2 caveats with that. You need to run the right kind of objective and setup on Facebook. When we started, we were running clicks. For those of you who've run Facebook ads or are familiar with how Facebook ads work, you have different objectives on when you're setting up a campaign, right? So we ran traffic, right, which is like clicks to our website. We ran reach, awareness, engagement. We ran all those objectives. They all lost money. We wasted money doing all of those objectives. The only one that has been profitable for us has been lead ads. And lead ads is Facebook's own in-house solution, I guess, to collecting a lead submission. So it's a form that lives on Facebook. It doesn't go to your website. They can type their information in or it's pre-populated, and then that form gets sent to you. Okay, so the first caveat is you have to run the right setup. Lead ads has been the most profitable one for us. So hopefully that'll save you hundreds or thousands of dollars just knowing that, learning our lesson that was a painful lesson for us. Run lead ads with the right setup. I also go over the specific ads in a different video. I don't have time to do it in this video, but I show you our top ads. I show you what the ad copy looks like, the images, all that stuff. Okay, the second caveat is you have to have systems. You have to have some kind of automations, a CRM, a communication platform, something that sends an automated response when somebody submits a request for an estimate. Otherwise, this doesn't work. Okay, you cannot run this if you're getting business and talking to people on your personal cell phone. It's just not going to work. And there's a more detailed reason why, but the quick version of this is when somebody submits a request for an estimate, that's how we run our lead ads. That triggers inside Facebook that, oh, this person's looking for handyman services. Well, guess what? Now Facebook says, I'm going to show them tons of handyman ads. So if you don't basically get your foot in the door within, ours sends out within 5 seconds. We send out a confirmation. If it is not during work hours, we send out an email. If it's during work hours, we send out a text and email. And then as soon as it's during work hours, and if the lead came in at 2 a.m., which happens all the time, as soon as it gets to 8 a.m., we'll send out a text saying, hey, it's an automated text that says, hey, we got your request for an estimate. We sent you an email, right? Here's, we need some more details, or we'll give you a call shortly, or whatever the scenario is. Okay, if you don't have that in place, do not run Facebook ads like this. You will waste money. It's not going to be fun. It sucks. Everybody's had that experience where they said, hey, I'm going to put a few $100s into ads, and they got nothing for it, and they go, well, that was brutal. So be careful with that. We've obviously spent quite a bit of money. I think this is, 20? It's like 30-ish grand that we've spent. We've generated many hundreds of leads here. They work because we have systems in place. So please understand that, okay? That's Facebook leads. Facebook ads is our second best lead source. Our first best lead source is Google local service ads. Google local service ads are awesome. You probably noticed right here, look at that. All of our campaigns are off right now, okay? That's because we're getting enough volume on Google local service ads and we're more profitable on those. So if we get enough volume and our guys are booked up, we turn off Facebook ads. If we need more volume, we turn on Facebook ads if we can't scale the Google local service ads. Google local service ads are a special product that Google has. They are not search ads. They're not display ads. It's not on that side. It's its own product for trades primarily. And you have to go through a qualification process where you submit your insurance and do a quick background check, and then you get approved, right? And then you can run Google local service ads. These have been the best for us. For one, you only get charged if it's a qualified lead. Now, qualified is kind of up for interpretation. There are times that we'll get leads where we don't feel like they're qualified and we'll contest them and Google will say, nope, that's qualified, and they'll still charge us. But there are plenty of times where we'll get a stupid sales call, where somebody says, hey, we noticed your website's broken and we could rebuild your website for $5 and whatever stupid pitch they have. And Google doesn't charge us for that, which is great, right? So these leads are more expensive than the Facebook leads. I think these typically are between $35 and $45. per lead, but we close about 50% of them. And the dollar amounts on a lot of these projects are significant. There's another video where I go over leads that came from local service ads and show you the jobs that we got from them. Okay, so check out that video if you're curious what that looks like. Google local service ads has the same caveat as Facebook. If you do not have systems, don't run it. Don't run it. If you're just texting people on your cell phone, your personal cell phone, and you're managing stuff in Google, Sheets or Excel or something like that, or on paper, on a notepad, do not turn these things on. It's very easy to waste money on these. You need to have a system that is smooth, that a new lead can come in, they can get an automated response, they can get a professional looking estimate really quickly, the communication's on a business phone number, right? So it doesn't get lost in other personal stuff. If you don't have that, please don't try to run these. Okay, so that's a caveat. And I'll talk about some options if you don't have those things in place to get started. But those are our three best, okay? The honorable mention here is the organic traffic, right? We spent a lot of time ranking our Google Business profile and our Apple Maps profile and getting recommended by ChatGPT. We get jobs from ChatGPT probably every week. We spent a lot of time doing that, right? So that's, we built a pretty nice website. We used some ranking tools and different things that helped our profiles get to the top. So that's also a really good lead source for us. I didn't add it to the top three because it's slightly worse quality than referrals. In general, it's better quality than Facebook leads, but it's also worse quality than Google local service ads. Okay, it's organic traffic that's coming in, but it's also not scalable. And so when I looked at the mix of these of what are really the top three, referrals, Facebook ads, and Google local service ads are the top three. Okay. Now let's get into the three worst sources that we've run. We've tried a lot of stuff that didn't work. We ran Google display ads. We ran Google search ads, which is kind of a mixed bag because sometimes it would work, sometimes it didn't work. There's other benefits to running Google search. We've tried YouTube videos. We have tried the different campaigns and objectives on Facebook. We've tried Thumbtack, Angie's List, Nextdoor. We've done local publications. We've done all different kinds of things, okay? The three worst were the first one, which I feel bad even saying this one, but it was horrible. It was a local publication. It was like a local magazine. I think it was like $500 to get a spot in it. We didn't expect a lot, right? We thought maybe we'll get a couple jobs from it and that'll be great. And then we'll make money on the repeat job. I think we got a couple calls and 0 jobs from it. It was just a local magazine that was distributed. And we thought, hey, we're putting some money into our community. Even if we don't get anything, that's okay. And we didn't. And it was fine. Well, we also didn't do it again, right? Some of those are hit and miss. And I have people ask me about direct mail. I haven't done direct mail yet. If enough of y'all are curious about direct mail, I will put together a direct mail campaign and test it and share the results with everyone. But we've never tried direct mail. Personally, I like direct mail. I've done it on other projects, but we've never done it with this, okay? So number 3 was the local publication. Didn't work out for us. The second worst was, and I'm grouping in some from our in-house business and some from our clients because we manage clients' marketing as well. Thumbtack leads, not good. They seemed like, I've had people that said they had success with them in other industries. Those people were spending a lot of money with Thumbtack. And so I don't know how Thumbtack works. I don't know their business well at all. The leads that I saw, the handyman leads that I saw, were just really low quality. They had already been called by multiple people. They said they were gathering estimates and they were going to go with the lowest bidder. The project sizes were really small. They just weren't good leads. So Thumbtack is the second one. The first ranked on, again, the worst lead sources that we've had is Nextdoor. Okay, Nextdoor, I'd heard good things about Nextdoor in other industries. Nextdoor gives you 2 options to run ad campaigns. They let you have a traditional sponsored post where somebody's scrolling on Nextdoor and yours is a sponsored post. We ran that. I think we spent about $500 on that over a month or 2. I don't think we had a single job from it. I think we had 1 or 2 calls and nothing from it. And so it wasn't even close to working. And we ran a mix of ads, some that were the top performing ads on Facebook and then others that we thought were more specific to Nextdoor. And it was just terrible. Nextdoor also gives you the option to be notified, right? You have to pay, I think it was $99 a month, and you get notified when somebody posts about a recommendation for a specific keyword, right? So mine was handyman, and we would get notified, and then we could respond in the comments. And this is on their ad side, okay? Is that it sends you these instant notifications. We responded to a bunch, and I think we may have got 1 job. We did this over probably 3 months, longer than we ran the Nextdoor ads for. And I think we might have got 1 job. But again, it wasn't even close to working. And it's also a time commitment to go in there and post and stay up on it and make sure you're monitoring it. So it didn't feel scalable. It didn't make sense profit-wise. And so we cut those. So those are the 3 worst that we've run. The last thing that I said I would talk about here is if you don't have the systems in place to be able to run local service ads or to be able to run Facebook ads. If you don't have those systems in place, you can still get leads, right? There are still good lead sources for you. The ones that I highly recommend are Facebook groups. If you can join all the local groups in your area, make your posts something like, hey, I am a local handyman. I would love to earn your business. If you give me a shot, I'll send you an estimate, for whatever work you need done. Here's some before and after work that I've done. Put photos in those posts, right? So people can see the work that you've done. If you want to really make them better, do a video of yourself. It doesn't have to be good. You can see this video. I'm not good at these videos. People just want information. They just want to see you're a real person, right? They want to get a feel for you. You're going to be inside their house. Okay, so do a quick video of yourself. Just say, hey, I'm a handyman in the area. I'll have some before and after photos attached to this post. I would love to get the chance to earn your business, at least send you an estimate for any projects that you need. And thanks, right? Make it really easy. You'll get business from that. It takes more work, right? You're going to respond to a lot of people. You're going to get in a lot of messenger conversations with people that probably won't turn into clients, but you'll get some business from it. Okay, so that's a really good one. If you don't have the systems and the operations in place to handle leads that scale a little bit more, like Facebook or local service ads, then do that. Okay, another great one is if you have time on your hands and you're starting out, especially if you're doing less than 10 grand a month in revenue, call local realtors, call local property management places, and do the same thing. And you can send a video of yourself. Say, hey, look, I want to send a video of me to your email, right? And kind of give you my pitch here. People like that stuff, right? That stands out. If you can go visit them in their office, go do that. And it's a great way to get leads. It takes more energy and effort. It's a little bit harder to scale, but you don't need all the operations and CRM and a phone system and all that stuff to be able to do that, okay? Hopefully that was helpful to you. Again, there's another video where I go over the specific ads that we run on Facebook, our top ads, and I go over some of the actual jobs that we got where I line it up and I say, hey, look, check it out. Here's where it came in from the local service ads. Here's the job that we got, the revenue that we made from this. If you think that would be helpful, check out the channel and the other videos. And as always, we're Fulcrum Handyman Agency. So we help handyman businesses scale to 40 grand a month. That is our thing. That is what we specialize in. I don't believe there's anybody out there in the US that does what we do. And I've looked. 40 grand is not a random number. I go into the math. I really believe that 40 grand is where you really start to change from, hey, this is a job, to I have a real business that I could go on vacation for a week and I'm still making money. You could sell at some point if you wanted to sell. I'm not going to go through all the math here, but if you want to take a look at our website, we go through it in some depth here. We go through it in an entire dedicated page on our website here. This actually is a calculator that you can use as well. That's kind of cool. That shows you, hey, if I charge, $65 an hour, what's my take home, right? There's a whole argument for why I don't think that you can scale a business unless you charge a certain threshold. Okay, if you charge $95 an hour, that starts to look a lot better. But that is what we do. If you are a handyman business that wants to scale to 40 grand a month and get the financial stability and schedule flexibility where you're not working 40 hours a week in the field, we can help you do that. We actually guarantee it. We do not want to take money from people who we cannot help. And so if that's you, the caveat is we only work with handyman businesses that are consistently doing at least 5 grand a month in revenue. If you're not doing that, work on the other lead sources, build that up. If you are doing more than that, especially if you're doing over 10 grand a month, we would love to help you get to 40 grand a month. If you're interested, you can go on our website. It's fulcrumagency.io. You can book a call with us. You can use our chat widget. The chat widget is trained on all of the services that we offer, our prices. It's very transparent. You can ask it questions, get to know what we do, how it could help your business. And if that's you, then we can help you. We'd love to talk. But hopefully this video was helpful, and we'll see you guys next time.